Imagine a world where the concept of money no longer holds any power, no longer dictates our choices, or shapes our societies. What if, overnight, money ceased to have value? It sounds like a chaotic thought, doesn't it? But the truth is, the very thing we chase, money, could be the one thing holding us back from something far more profound. This is the story of how the world would change if money no longer mattered, and how our true potential could be unleashed. As we dive into this what-if scenario, we explore not just the collapse of financial systems, but the awakening of a new human consciousness, a world where we no longer measure our worth by our bank balances, but by the impact we make, a world where creativity, purpose, and connection reign supreme. Scene 1. A sudden shift in reality. It all begins with an unexpected event, one that nobody could have predicted. Governments around the world, facing an unprecedented global crisis, announced that all forms of money, be it digital or physical, will no longer hold any value. The banks shut down, stock markets crumble, and national currencies vanish. Citizens are left stunned, confused, and filled with uncertainty. For weeks, the world is in turmoil. People can no longer buy food or essentials. The hustle for profit ends overnight, and society grinds to a halt. What happens next? How will we survive? But soon, something unexpected happens. As the world adjusts to this new reality, the initial shock gives way to a strange sense of relief. People begin to realize that they no longer need to work just to survive. They no longer need to pursue endless wealth, but can instead focus on what truly matters. What if, for the first time in human history, the absence of money frees us from the constant pressure of earning, spending, and accumulating? Scene 2. Rediscovering human connection. In a world where money has no value, people begin to rediscover the most important thing: human connection. Social media loses its grip over people's lives as they no longer compare their lives through the lens of material possessions. Status symbols like designer clothes, expensive cars, and lavish vacations hold no weight in a world where money doesn't matter. As the need for material possessions fades, people start spending more time with their families, friends, and communities. Neighbors help each other out with tasks that were once paid for. Old relationships that had once been overshadowed by the pursuit of wealth begin to strengthen. It's no longer about what you own, but about the memories and bonds you create. As people spend more time together, they realize that the most valuable thing they have is each other. They start to prioritize love, trust, and companionship. Community events and gatherings become the center of social life, as everyone is free from the competition of wealth and status. A sense of belonging replaces the emptiness that money could never fill. Scene 3. The rise of creativity and innovation. In this new world without money, innovation thrives in unexpected ways. People begin to realize that they no longer have to create things for profit. Instead, they create for the joy of creating. Artists, writers, musicians, and inventors all find new opportunities to express themselves and share their talents with the world. Without the constant pressure of earning a living or meeting financial goals, creativity explodes. A musician can release an album purely for the love of music, without worrying about how many sales it generates. An artist paints not for profit, but for passion. A scientist conducts experiments not for funding, but to satisfy their own curiosity. One inventor, named Alex, begins developing sustainable technologies to address climate change. Without the burden of securing investment funds or chasing profits, Alex can work freely, pouring all his energy into the project. He is not alone. Others from all over the world join him, offering their time and skills freely. Together, they start building a world where resources are shared and used for the collective good, not for individual gain. Scene 4. Rebuilding the economic system. With money out of the equation, the world faces the monumental task of rebuilding the system that once governed our lives. What happens to the economic systems we know? They are no longer driven by profit, but by collaboration and sustainability. Resource distribution changes from competitive markets to cooperative systems. In this new economy, everyone has access to what they need: food, shelter, education, and healthcare. Instead of working to survive or accumulate wealth, people begin to work to serve the common good. Cities shift from consumer-driven economies to service-based economies, focusing on well-being and sustainability. Governments evolve, no longer obsessed with the idea of economic growth driven by consumption. They focus on ensuring that all citizens have the basic necessities for a good life. Education systems are redesigned to prioritize creativity, innovation, and personal growth, not preparation for a life of financial survival. People are no longer viewed as workers for the economy, but as contributors to society's collective happiness and progress. Scene 5. The power of self-discovery. With the removal of financial pressures, individuals have the space and freedom to explore their true selves. No longer confined by the expectations of a career or societal norms tied to wealth, people begin to seek purpose and fulfillment. They discover the freedom to be who they really are, to pursue their passions, and to explore their personal potential. Sarah, a woman in her 30s, has always dreamed of traveling the world, but the demands of work and the need to save money always held her back. With money no longer a concern, Sarah sets out to see the world, not as a tourist, but as an explorer of culture, knowledge, and experiences. As she travels, Sarah finds that the real treasures of life are not the things we collect, but the lessons we learn along the way. She finds beauty in simplicity and begins to realize that true wealth comes from understanding, compassion, and experience, not from accumulating material goods. Scene 6. Overcoming fear and embracing purpose. In a world where money no longer rules, fear begins to lose its grip on the human psyche. People no longer fear losing their job or going bankrupt. Instead, they begin to face their fears head-on, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to their survival. Without the stress of financial worries, people begin to think more deeply about their purpose in life. What do they want to contribute to the world? What legacy do they want to leave? Success is no longer measured by how much money you make, but by how much you give. John, a former executive, finds his purpose not in climbing the corporate ladder, but in helping others find their own path. He begins coaching young people who feel lost in the pursuit of wealth and teaches them to find value in relationships, experiences, and personal growth. His wealth, now irrelevant, is replaced by a rich sense of purpose. Scene 7. The ultimate lesson, the value of contribution. With money gone, society discovers the true meaning of wealth, contribution. People begin to understand that the greatest value they can create is in giving, helping, and sharing. Without the need to acquire wealth, they focus on building communities, solving problems, and creating positive change. A new system of living arises, one based on mutual aid, shared responsibility, and collective effort. People no longer work for personal gain, but for the well-being of all. They offer their skills freely, knowing that their contribution is part of a larger movement to improve the world. As the system evolves, the very definition of success changes. It is no longer about accumulating wealth or gaining power. It's about making a difference, leaving the world better than we found it. Individuals who once chased fame or fortune now realize that their true worth lies in their impact on others. Conclusion: a new world without money. In this world without money, humanity begins to thrive in ways we never imagined. We realize that life's true treasures aren't found in material goods, but in the people we love, the experiences we have, and the ways we contribute to the greater good. Money, once a symbol of success and happiness, is now irrelevant. Instead, we find fulfillment in authenticity, creativity, and shared purpose. As the world shifts, we learn that the absence of money allows us to finally live the lives we were always meant to live, rich in love, in experiences, and in human connection. This is the world where true wealth is measured not by what we possess, but by what we give. Closing thought. So, what if money had no value? Perhaps it is the greatest gift we never knew we needed. A world without money may just be the key to unlocking a new era of human potential, where success is defined by the positive impact we make, not by the things we own. What would you do if money had no value? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we'd all be happier and more fulfilled? How would you live differently? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Stories with Ahmi for more motivational, inspiring, and thought-provoking content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Together, let's create a world where our true potential shines.